Hey all, Hippo here. So today we are talking Everspace 2 and what improvements, if any, the developers can make to make this game even better for the hopefully upcoming Everspace 3. So the question is how to improve on perfection. Because in my opinion, Everspace 2 as a solo player game, is very close to perfect. There's a few places it could be improved, and I'm gonna go through that in this video. And hopefully the developers will watch and maybe have, a bit of inspiration on how to improve on this already excellent game. So the first advice I want to give the developers is don't change, right? There's a lot of stuff in this game that's perfect the way it is, or at least very good, and there is no need to change it. That's a risk you don't have to take. So the graphics, excellent. You can copy paste the whole game engine pretty much into Everspace 3, and I promise you no one is going to have any negative feelings about that. So where I'm going with this, don't spend years trying to replicate what No Man's Sky has done, for example, with seamless space travel. Don't worry about it, it's not important. What you have here already is as good as it gets, and there's no need to spend more time on improving the graphics. They're perfect, colorful, fluid, 60 frames per second. It's excellent. The controls are excellent. The core game mechanics are fantastic. There's no need to change any of that, so that makes the job a lot easier, right? Well, sort of, I guess, but at least you got the basics down. Changing from roguelite in Everspace 1 to looter shooter in Everspace 2 was the right move to make, so stop there. And what you have now here, the basics, everything is right where it should be, so don't fix it if it isn't broken, right? That's the saying. But there are a few things that should be not fixed but improved, and we'll get to them now. So I did mention that Everspace 2 is an almost perfect solo player game, right? So that means obviously add multiplayer, and especially add PvP, or players versus players, just like in Diablo 4, which I know this game is inspired by. That would give everyone a little bit more incentive, well, actually not a little bit, a lot more incentive to keep playing, keep improving their ships, keep improving their builds, because if you go up against other players, you're gonna have to be absolutely perfect. So it would extend the life of the game indefinitely, really. And another thing I would like to see is cooperative play. So it's not just players versus players, but also players working together. For example, protecting convoys or stuff like that. And another thing I would like to see is that players will be able to band up in squadrons and work together to improve their hideout, for example, or something like that. And then once everything is fine, you can take your squad into PvP, stuff like that. It's fairly basic, and it's very similar to how Diablo works, really, except for the hideout. But I think that would be an excellent addition to the game, and the last bit needed to push it into classic territory. So the next thing I would like is basically more of everything, and that's more loot, more perks, more devices, more attributes, more ships, more of everything basically. And since the core stuff is already there, it should just be a matter of adding 100 more spaceships, 100 more weapons, 100 more galaxies, I don't know, but it's just a matter of give us more content. That's never a wrong move, right? So that should be fairly self-explanatory. So as an extension to more content, give us deeper loot and crafting. It's already deep, but in the next game I would like to see it even deeper. So for example, include systems like gems from Diablo, for example. It doesn't have to be gems in the game, it can be, whatever. But something that allows us an extra layer of already impressive crafting in this game here, but give us another layer there. And same thing with loot. There's already a lot of ways to improve your loot and remove level caps and stuff like that on the loot, but give us more options. allow us to really customize every single weapon. So for example, like I said before, give us slots, right? And stuff like that. That's a fairly simple way of expanding upon what's already there, and simply giving players more options to tailor their ship and their build to their playstyle. And that's exactly what this game is so good at already, but it can be even better. So speaking of personal playstyles and personal ships, give us full ship customization. I already like what's in the game now, and really you just have to expand on that. Give us more ships, and give us more wings, more tails, more cockpits, whatever. That's the minimum. That would be excellent if there was like a few hundreds of each part, so no player in the game would ever have the same ship, right? You could also go like the full step and copy, pretty much rip off what's in Starfield, where you can build your ship from scratch using different modules. That would be even better, but I realize that's a lot of work. But if you have the time, I would really like to see that. That would be excellent. But I can live with the system that's in the game now. That's also really excellent. I just want more options. So a lot more customization, right? And for example, choosing where the engines go myself. Stuff like that. But anyway, as it is, near perfection, but it can always be better. Alright, the next one is kind of a big one, because the trading in Everspace 2, although it is there, it's not as fleshed out as I would like it to be. This should be a fairly easy change, and it wouldn't require much. Let's have some more commodities. Let's have a dynamic economy instead of a fixed economy. So for example, in one part of the galaxy there's a war going on, so weapons are much more valuable in that part of the galaxy for like a finite amount of time. And then something else happens across the galaxy, and you read news about that, and you realize, okay, I should probably sell whatever in this particular part of the galaxy. I should probably pick it up in this particular part of the galaxy. So it's always changing. The trade routes in the game as it is now, they're fixed. So you go to one station, you buy something at a low price, then you go to another station, sometimes far away, and then you sell it over and over and over again. It doesn't change. You get the same profit, and I mean, it's fine. I'm very happy that there is a trading aspect in the game. It just could be deeper. Like, that's pretty much what I'm asking for with everything in this game here. Make it deeper. Give us more of what's already there and make it deeper. That's the gist of this video. So one of the things that really caught me off guard in this game, and that I really love, are the puzzles that are included in the gameplay. Like, for example, you stumble upon this wrecked space freighter in space, and the game asks you to, I don't know, do something to make something happen, and it doesn't explain what you have to do, and I like that. So you have to figure it out on your own. There's no help. So you gotta like, okay, so I fly to this area, and then I take this energy orb and I put it here, and that opens this door, and then I fly in there, I shoot a shield generator, and then I do this and that. Some of the puzzles are very intricate, and I like that, and you should definitely keep that in the game and even expand on it as usual. Expand, right? And take a leaf out of the Tomb Raider playbook by having like quite devious challenge tombs. Of course, they're not going to be tombs, but they could be challenge black holes, whatever, who cares? Where you have, on top of the usual puzzles that we have, where, you fiddle around and you get some loot after that, then have some very difficult puzzles that require a lot of work as, special challenge black holes, let's just call it that. The puzzles are such a great addition to the game, and you don't see that. I think it's the first space looter shooter where I've seen puzzles of this caliber in the game, and I really like it. And it's something that takes you out of the monotony of shooting and looting. Right? You got to do something else, and you got to slow down. You got to think. So definitely expand on that. Give us more of that, because that is an excellent, fantastic addition that just elevates the gameplay to a whole other level than just a simple, arcade shooter. Alright, and then last but not least, it would be nice with a larger galaxy. Not that we really need one, because I think as the way the game is right now, it gives a very good kind of illusion of having a gigantic galaxy. And like I said, don't waste time trying to replicate what No Man's Sky has done. Just keep the game the same. Just give us more systems, more places to jump to, and that should do it. And of course, more surprises along the way. That would be excellent. So that's nearing the end of the video here, guys, and these are my suggestions on how you could improve this already excellent game. And of course, the main improvement I'm asking for here is multiplayer, really. That would, make the game last so much longer, because once you finish the game and you do your rifts and you get your legendary weapons, there's not much left to do. So multiplayer would extend the longevity in, well, I don't know, indefinite, I think. So other than that, more of everything and deeper of everything, right? That's about it. So let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you out there.